Hey guys, very special guest here once again, Arno, the founder of BreakCold. Arno, great to have you once again here. How have you been, my man? What's up?
Yeah, hey man, thanks for having me. Doing great. What about you, man?
Everything is fine. Thank you so much. This interview is all about LinkedIn content strategy and general LinkedIn stuff for SaaS companies because Arno is the founder of BreakCold. But having said this, I'm sure we'll find something we can use for different settings, like for solopreneurs, for agencies, and so on and so forth. So let's get right on with it.
Yeah, let's go.
Talking of break call, can you tell me a little bit about your current LinkedIn content strategy? How does it look like? What exactly are you doing?
Yeah, so LinkedIn right now, actually trying a bunch of stuff, but overall the content strategy is very simple. The goal is to post at least once a day. Currently trying to post twice a day, which is not very often on LinkedIn. Trying to see how the algorithm works a little bit more. And yeah, every single day at 1 p.m. 30 in my time zone, which is CET, I post on LinkedIn. And every day I try to alternate between like the content types. So it can be like top of the funnel posts, like educating the market, or almost like casual posts, almost like founder's journey kind of. Then you have middle of the funnel posts where I will share like a case study, so that can people check out the business a little bit. And then like you have like a bottom of the funnel post where it's like proper post like with call to actions to try BreakCold. So
Hmm.
that's pretty much the strategy, and I try to alternate within that with text posts, carousels, videos, so that people they never get bored and they don't just follow you or follow your stuff for just one type of content. And if someday you want to switch, they will just don't care about what you do for some reason because you just love your carousels or whatever, right? So that's
Uh-huh.
pretty much overall strategy in
Interesting.
a nutshell.
Do you have it like broken day by day? Like say Monday you post that type of content, Tuesday you post that type of content. Do you have like a content calendar that you sit down and plan for yourself, or how does it look like?
Yeah, when I manage to schedule the post, which doesn't happen every week, I do that. So essentially, I don't think really that much in terms of like top of the funnel post, etc., but more by like the type of post, text, carousel, video. Like every Tuesday, it's a video. Every Thursday, it's a video. Every Monday and Wednesday, it's like a carousel, and then in the mix, I just do text post and some stuff. So that's pretty much like the framework that I try to apply to myself. And in terms of discipline, it's like, yeah, you know carousels they work, so you should at least do once a week. You know videos work, so you should do at least once a week. And then the overall content is just about like trying a little bit. And it seems like talking about LinkedIn content, like the what works actually is like the watch time, whatever type of content you're doing. So lately, this is what I learned the most.
Interesting. And is there anything that you changed or started doing differently and saw results improve right away? Something maybe recently?
Yeah, I would say sounds very BS, very stupid, but essentially talking about yourself. But you like not doing a selfie, but really talking about a personal story. And so straight away, people they want to read that because people are curious, right? And so they want to learn about what's going on in your day or yesterday or with like a crazy customer or someone that insulted you or whatever, you know?
Yeah, I saw
And
a post
so
from the other day.
yeah. Yeah, it was crazy. Like yeah, this one like yeah, just for perspective for people listening, only 50, 60 likes at the time and like 20K impressions, which is unusual for a post that it has so many likes. But
Yeah.
just there was so many stalkers that wanted to read the story, right? So it just works. And so yeah, that the thing is like tweaking instead of doing a marketing or sales post, you tweak that, you tweak every single post into like a personal story so that every post becomes interesting because there's a story behind it and people will stop there and read it. So talking with the first person, like I did that or 2 days ago. I know it's like a bit me, but you start with that, or sometimes you mention someone else. But like the things and talking about like what happened during the week works really well, like 2 days ago or yesterday. And so that's why sometimes it's hard to
Mm.
schedule. I don't try to rely on this. So if I say 2 days ago, maybe it was like 3 days ago, but yeah, I just adapt a little bit. But trying to get the news going and almost doing it in public, it works pretty well, to me at least. And yeah, I
Great.
think bigger creators, it seems like they do that as well in a whole other scale, like Adam Robinson and stuff.
Mhm.
It definitely works. I would say this is very powerful because you can't people they cannot copy your content because of it. And so then you're super unique and you stand out easily. So
Yeah,
yeah.
you've got your stories. Yeah. And is there a specific framework you use for that? Like saying like because there's always like a way you can put out the story or something. Like anything that like say pain, agitation, solution. Maybe there is like a specific framework for the story thing.
Yeah, actually on that, I'm pretty poor. I don't have any framework. I just feel like I've done content for intensively for such a short period, like 2 years, that I just get used to it. So I don't even think that way, to be fair, and I
Okay.
just go with the flow. But what I do actually is to think in terms like I work a lot on the hook, because if you have a bad hook, people will not read the post at all.
Mm.
Like 90% of my efforts are actually on the hook, and every time I'm like, yeah, the post is fine, but I'm like, yeah, you haven't spent enough time on the hook. So
Right.
what I try every day now is, yeah, actually like just refocus on the hook. Like, yeah, you can write the post, but if the hook sucks, like people will not stop too much on it. And so yeah, the first few sentences to get people in the flow and to read your stuff. Whether you do video, text, or carousel, like people will read anyway, if it's interesting.
Hmm.
So yeah, that's the
And
focus.
yeah, thank you. It's interesting. I was talking to another founder 2 days ago, and he said the same thing about the
Yeah.
hook. What's your approach to creating and maybe polishing a hook? Like, do you what sort of
Yeah.
how do you get how do you get
Yeah.
about it?
Yeah. I don't have a framework, and I don't use libraries or stuff to like get inspired from people. But my framework is just that using numbers or special characters that stand out, it just works in a hook. So I always try to incorporate numbers in the hook, like 2 days ago, or
Yeah,
like the amount of dollars close or
we love
whatever,
numbers.
you know.
Yeah.
But people, well, because then people, even if they scroll super fast, they see the number, right? But because when you see a number, you want to understand why there's a number, so it will make you read the whole sentence. Like
Mm.
I think, this is I think how most people work. So using numbers is key, and then just using like two dots, or like I don't even know how to say it in English, like, but the like
Yeah, I
the
got you.
not the bracket, but yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, this kind of thing, I think this is where my focus is, like, really, and so that people will read the sentence but also click on read more, and
Hmm.
so make it intriguing so that they click on that. So yeah.
Okay. And do you use like ChatGPT for grading it, or because the founder I spoke to the other day, he was like, I use ChatGPT to have a bunch of books and then grade them as well. So maybe you use
No.
some AI help. Not really.
No, I never use AI for my post, except if the hook is too long, and because it's not my native language, I don't know
Yeah.
how to the words to be shorter, and then I tell the AI, make this sentence shorter, to like attack some letters, and to shrink it so that it's like good looking.
Hmm.
But other than that, I don't use AI really with the posts. And yeah, and yeah, sometimes I do use it, but it's not like AI. You can use anything. Like I just use it to fix grammar, because
Hmm.
my thing that your posts are graded maybe more badly if the grammar is wrong, but I haven't found a pure evidence of that.
Right.
Um, but but yeah, other than that, yeah, no use of AI really.
Gotcha. And what do you see that works best right now, and what doesn't work at all? Maybe something has changed over the course of the last year that you're observing, like say hashtags.
Yeah,
Who
yeah.
uses hashtags?
Yeah, I think it I think it changes pretty quickly, man. Like I don't know, like during July, August 2024, shorts were working crazy.
Mm,
Uh and I had like shorts like really killing it.
right.
And then I've done like similar shorts and it didn't really work out.
Interesting.
So I think like I don't know, sometimes there's some days and I know the content is good and there's some days it works, some days it doesn't, but and if you do the exact same post and sometimes it works even better or worse, I don't figure this out. Maybe like it's depending on how many people are posting at the same time that day. I don't know. Um, but yeah, shows were really good, but now these days, it really depends. So I would say what I noticed myself is carousels, they're always reliable. If we talk about like if it works. But then the metric is does it works to make impressions or does it works
Yeah.
to
Conversions.
get leads, to convert. So on that case, I would say video is the best when it comes to conversion. And I'm talking about
Interesting.
my personal experience. Because yeah, when I do it like quick demo of a new feature on BreakCold or just a video that is linked to BreakCold or whatever, it just convert better than if I was doing a text post about BreakCold or whatever. And I think
Uh-huh.
people they easily that video, you create emotional attachment, all this kind of stuff. But my main takeaway, like I said a couple of minutes earlier, is just watch time. So I actually do believe now that every single type of post can absolutely crush it, but
Mm,
it's all about watch time. And so
the dwell,
that's
you mean, like when people, how
yeah,
long they spend on, okay.
yeah, that's why carousel they always work, right? Because you need at
Referral.
least to stop and
Yeah.
to swipe. So even if your carousel is shitty, technically you will still get more impressions overall.
Mhm.
And so when people say yeah, text posts, etc., they actually like worse than carousels. It's not really true. Is that probably your text posts are not that interesting, and
Mm,
I've done some text posts and text plus images that were really interesting when you take a look back because like people they wanted to read the stuff, like they
mhm.
want to like I don't know, like the debate or the post we talked about, like the insult like I posted 2 days ago. And I think like it's really about watch time in the end, and it's the same for a video. If the video is like super fun or interesting, the people will stick. So I think it really comes down to how like the thinking should be not the type of post, but how should I what type of purse will
Got to
retain
get them.
as long
Yeah.
as possible the person, and
Yeah.
for that there's many ways in how you can achieve that purpose, right?
Mhm.
So yeah.
Okay. And, when it comes to just touch the subject of conversions a bunch of times, how do you track
Yeah.
conversions? Like, what's your way? Because obviously it's impossible to have the attribution or anything, but like, how do you track
Yeah.
them?
Yeah. So what I mean, like people say in general is that attribution is not possible really. And I'm not at the stage where I have like a product people in the team to measure that, but I pretty agree. However, how I know that a specific post had an impact or something is that essentially there's two things. The first thing, which can be a bit debatable, is like when you sign up on BreakCold for a free trial, there's only one question is where do you come from, and then there's a
Right.
drop down and people can pick I think like Google, cold email, LinkedIn, something else. And
Right.
so from we have a pie chart and we know on a specific day, and from there we I can see spikes
Mm,
that are coming from LinkedIn, but it doesn't mean that it comes from my post, right? It can be LinkedIn and someone else make a post and then they just jump to our post. But but usually when it happens, they tag Brackle or they tag me, so I can see that it also happened because of LinkedIn.
okay.
And so that is the first thing. And the second thing is just when I go to my SaaS signups in Stripe and I see the spikes,
Mm,
I can correlate that like the very very big spikes. It correlates exactly with like a specific post where I was doing a video, very boring actually, not good, not a lot of amount of likes, not a lot of amount
yeah,
of
yeah, yeah. All that vanity stuff.
and Yeah, like almost like this is a demo video of BreakCold, like buy my software, and this is
Right.
a new feature of BreakCold, like buy the software, or and so this there's a I can see a pure correlation because I was like, yeah, I'm sure the carousels they bring like the most leads
Uh,
and stuff. I spent like 3 hours trying to pinpoint data, and
yeah.
every single time it was correct. And so I was like, yeah, you cannot assess attribution maybe when you're like a gigantic company doing like 10 plus million annual recurring revenue, but on our stage, I think it's still possible, you know. So yeah,
Yeah.
this is you can do
Yeah.
it, and maybe for a SaaS it's easier, but if you're an agency or you have a service business, you can just measure it by discovery call and doing the exact same thought process. So I don't think it's
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. It's like, I mean, like the SaaS is a little different, especially, it's a
Yeah,
lower ticket SaaS. You work directly. It's a little different. The agency, it's
yeah,
generally higher ticket stuff, and it usually takes more time for them to kind of jump
yeah,
into this. Yeah, which is arguably also the case for SaaS, but how this works. It is
yeah,
what it is. Um,
yeah,
I love this. I actually love the stuff that you mentioned about the, like, recording the boring video of like a new feature or like or whatever, how this works inside. And that's when you get the conversions, even though you don't get this it's
yeah,
almost like with Facebook, if you ever run the campaigns, it's like what's the objective of your campaign? It's like engagement, conversions, yeah. Because like when you do
right.
engagement, you get all the likers, you have people that like the post, but they don't really convert, and then you also get the conversions that people don't really like the stuff, but they just buy, and that's all we need, really. It's I love this one.
Right.
Good. Mm. Now talking about the businesses aiming to generate consistent, that's the main part, leads on LinkedIn. Maybe you can suggest like the three top strategies that you like founders or people who want to use that want to prioritize in order to see the results.
Yeah, I think so. There's it's like questionable, but you can technically generate leads without posting at all, if we being super honest, right? Because our strategy, again, we're SaaS, so also rely a lot on inbound without us to do anything. So that's why content is helpful in that case. But if you're starting out, or if you don't have the energy to do the post or whatever, I think you can just start to identify your ICP using LinkedIn Sales Navigator. If you don't have money, take a free trial. It's like 3 months or something. And then you can just filter by your ideal customer, and don't overthinking it, and like trying to go after like thousands of leads. Just build a list of like 100 people, like the dream 100 list of 100 prospects, and from there, maybe you already connected with them, I don't know, and from there, just like and comment one or two posts, send a DM, trying to make things naturally. And just if you do that, you will get meetings booked, right? And people, they don't take the time these days, like they don't know about sales really, so they just take a LinkedIn automation software and say, okay, how it works. They don't even know how to search the leads properly. And
Mm-hmm.
so do a search with using the LinkedIn automation software. The search sucks, so it will add not even like ICP feed prospects. And then when the invite is accepted, just send like a message that is that long. And
Mm-hmm.
so I think like if you just focus on like 100 leads, super with a super sniper approach, you will get results like the day when you do it. So that would be one thing. The second thing is, if you have the time or energy to post, in the beginning it takes time, but once you get the rhythm, like it doesn't take you more than 2 hours per week to prepare the post, to be fair. And so from there, it's pretty much the same. You do your post, and if people like and comment your post, you just stalk the likers and commenters,
Yeah.
and and from there you reach out and say, and just again, like not pitching like aggressively unless it's super relevant for many different reasons. Like things happen supernaturally. Sometimes people even say, yeah, pitch me in the comments.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be actually strategy one and two. and I don't have a strategy number three because I don't think there's really a strategy number three. I mean, yes, if you want to use LinkedIn without using LinkedIn, you can just use LinkedIn as a database. So
Hmm.
strategy number three will be you take LinkedIn Sales Navigator, you use a tool like findgmail.com to export the leads as a CSV file with the valid B2B images of the leads. And from there, they use a tool to like Smart Lead instantly to send the
Hmm.
cold emailing campaigns.
Right.
Um, and that's it. And from there, you can do like a tons of strategy and like signals, like depending on the company is they follow on LinkedIn. You can reach out based on that. So there's a couple of things you can do around that without technically using LinkedIn and scaling it from day one. So yeah.
Yeah. And can you maybe, like, this is the story time? Can you maybe share a specific example where BreakCold users uh, were able to leverage LinkedIn to scale their business? Maybe like something in a competitive niche or something. That'd be interesting if you have any stories like that, like a case study of sorts.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So this I have two examples. Like the first example, just for context, like Brackle is more about nurturing leads and closing deals rather than generating leads. It's a CRM, sales CRM. So when the leads arrive in the software, like they already warm a little bit. And
Hmm.
so one example is Xavier, who was doing a lead magnet post on LinkedIn, where
Hmm.
essentially was like sharing a sales process. From there was people commenting, yes, I want the yes, I want the document. Yes, I want the document. And then he sent the doc to about like I don't know, like 100 people or something. And out of the 100 people, he identify I don't know, like maybe 20 or 20, 30 people that can be a fit for his business. So
Hmm.
when he sent the doc, he tried to like promote a little bit his service, and it worked. He booked a couple of calls, and then all of that was tracked using BreakCold, and
Mm.
he then used BreakCold to nurture and to do the follow up using the task, etc. And from there, like he closed in 2 weeks, so 14 days, $14,000 for the agency, and part of that is mostly recurring revenue, right?
Right.
Because he was I don't remember at the time, but like probably between 2 to 3, 4K per month offer.
Right.
Um, so that is one strategy using the CRM, just especially to do the follow up and nurturing them to stay top of mind throughout all the discovery call and second sales call and deals close. So that's one strategy that people use, and then we have like Digis. I hope I pronounce it correctly. It's a Dutch first name, where he's using it for agencies.
Hmm.
So he is an agency, and sorry, he is an agency, and he's managing it for like 10 or 12 clients.
Hmm.
So they all use BreakCold and manage BreakCold for all these clients. And what he do for these clients is that he do lead generation for them using BreakCold, which is a bit unusual because it's a CRM, but still it works. And what he does is he will like and comment the post using the CRM because it aggregates all the LinkedIn posts in one place, so you don't have to do searches and stuff. And so using the CRM, you engage on socials, the leads, you warm them up, you do what we call like social warming. And then once the lead are a little bit warm, then you will reach out with a DM of the person, and because he has done like this job of warming up the lead by liking and commenting the post for
Hmm.
like 5 days, 3 days, he always get a reply because it feels way more natural doing this subtle strategy. And by doing that, doing a case study right now. It's not out, but maybe by the time the podcast is out, like he closed 100K dollars for himself in like 1 quarter, and about 200K or 300K for his clients. And some of his clients, they already had leads, and it was just using the engagement to stay top
Right.
of mind in doing follow-ups. But the money is in staying top of mind and doing the follow-ups. So yeah, that's how Brett Cola helped them to get results
Beautiful.
using LinkedIn.
Beautiful. Very amazing case studies. Thanks for sharing.
That's just
When it comes to, and you mentioned parts of like people not understanding the sales process, maybe there are like some common pitfalls that businesses face when using LinkedIn for lead generation that you can observe, and maybe how you can help them to overcome those.
you mean like Yeah, how they, yeah, what the typical mistakes they do in the
Yeah,
beginning.
maybe some misconceptions as well. People come in and they think it works this way, or like some myths, maybe something like that.
Yeah. So I think, and this is my perspective on it, is people that just think that LinkedIn is about either posting or either DMing, and actually or either like engaging. But actually, if you really want to have exponential results, you should do like the free thing in a triangle. So you should engage, you should DM, and you should post, because you need to think of it as a funnel. And so people that just do one thing and they say it doesn't work, but they don't realize that it's like every acquisition channel, you should think of it from A to Z, and really like a funnel, and considering the fact that they might maybe look at you on Google as well. So maybe you have like a LinkedIn profile, but if you don't have a website and they want to check you online, like it won't work. So you
Hmm.
also think outside of LinkedIn. That would be one first misconception. A second misconception is that people, they don't care about enough about the LinkedIn profile. And again, your LinkedIn profile is like your second website. You should organize it as like a proper landing page. So if you don't have like call to actions to go to
Hmm.
website, or to click on your page for to do a discovery call, etc., you already failed. And I think like this is the first thing that people, they don't care about enough on, because people, if they like your post or you DM them, if you just do DMs, they will check your profile, and from there they want to check your stuff. And if you have nothing organized for them to simplify the experience and also control the experience, then you will have like more problems along the way. Um, so I think that would be the first two misconception. And the third misconception is that when people, they want to do lead generation the first time on LinkedIn, again, they never done it manually. And so they try to use LinkedIn automation tools. And so they do it wrong because they build the wrong audience by adding the wrong ICP. Seems like they don't even know what the real ICP is. And then they just they never succeeded manually. And so for sure, automatically they will use like templates from 2016, I don't know, and it just doesn't work anymore. And in the end, they would say, "Yeah, LinkedIn sucks." Like the people who say, "Yeah, cold email doesn't work and
Hmm.
ads doesn't won't work," etc. So yeah,
Gotcha. We've touched the subject of content creation a little bit, and I mean, there's a lot of people thinking that it's quite daunting, and it is the case for some people, depending on personality, depending on how busy they are, etc. How can businesses effectively build a content strategy on LinkedIn that engages their target audience without overwhelming themselves or their teams?
yeah. I think it really depends on the budget you have, right? So if you're a solopreneur or a team, it's already different. So I guess maybe I can approach like the two things. If you're a solopreneur, my advice will not be to go too heavy on LinkedIn. When I say too heavy, is not doing the thing that are really time consuming when you don't know how to do it at first. Namely, doing like LinkedIn carousels or videos or things that really take a lot of time. You should just go with text posts and like screenshots and stuff, and that's it. And so and your strategy, I think in the beginning, is not to become a star, or I don't know, like to think top of the funnel. When you're a solopreneur, you just want to make money first, and it will be already enough because you're a solopreneur to close your first deals. So just go for bottom of the funnel posts, and just by keep going with bottom of the funnel posts, it will work. But the second thing, so that would be for solopreneurs. For teams, I would say teams, where they struggle is, should we post using the brand account? Should we use our own personal account? So the answer is, most of the time you should use your personal account, because people relate to people, and the algorithm will not push a lot the brand account. It will push you to do ads, really. So that would be the first thing. The second thing is, um, if you don't know how to approach to not overload your team and yourself to do the post for the whole team, for each team member. You should do what some agency are doing right now, which is to hire a designer or ghostwriter in-house in the team, because it's way cheaper than like someone like an agency. And so that person will be responsible for the design, the assets, like the images, the screenshots, the videos or whatever. They will be responsible to do it full time, and then the team members, they will just have to prepare the post. But you can go even further and say, why not taking a ghostwriter that will be responsible for like 5, 10 people in the team that also do the asset, because the ghostwriter is capable enough to do like basic design stuff, right? And so I think this is how you can really overload the thing and really think of it as a marketing slash sales hire, rather than just thinking of it as a ghostwriter. It's technically more like a marketing slash sales um rep that you're hiring, if this person do that, considering that it can generate revenue, but also like upsell existing customers, staying top of mind with existing customer, which ultimately they will refer you online. So yeah, you should really think of it as an asset that generates revenue for sure. And the final thing for teams, if you really want to motivate them and you don't want to hire someone to write the post, because it will be even better if they write themselves, is that you should incentivize them to post on LinkedIn. I think doing a little challenge where you just say, okay, like if like the person who has the most like and comments on 20 posts, like they will get like 2K bonus in the quarter. And then like you do this for like with like a podium, and if the people outside of the podium, if they can still earn money and be incentivized to post on LinkedIn by reaching a certain number, even if they were not in the top three. This is what some teams like Cold IQ have done, and other teams are doing it now. I think it's a very, very good thing. And yeah, and in this example of Cold IQ, they added precisely $80,000 in one quarter on doing that with the team, because of content, because the whole team went crazy. So I think incentivizing the team is probably the best, because yeah, people like when you talk money, they go.
I love this. This is like the gamification of the process internally for the team. It
Oh
makes
yeah.
all the sense. I love it. And yeah, of course, it results in positive gains after it's all set up like that. Amazing. Thanks for the share. I haven't thought about that. Love it.
Yeah, yeah, and also for the team, like when one team member write a post, most of the time another team member can use it, so it's like endlessly the options, like 1 week worth of content from one team member can worth like 8 weeks in total when you think about it. So yeah.
Yeah, makes sense. Um, when it comes to LinkedIn tools, and of course, BreakCold is one of the more known ones and it's growing, of course. Are there any maybe that you know of lesser known, underutilized tools, features that you could recommend? People use for their say outreach efforts or anything of that nature on LinkedIn.
um
Anything
I'm
that you
trying
are using maybe for personal experience.
Yeah, I'm trying to think a little bit, but I don't have any tools that is very recent, at least. And yeah, when I think about it, we probably the most recent out of them all. But yeah, I don't have really one. I think like a more like in the content creation types of tool. I personally do use Autodop. This is the only tool related to LinkedIn except mine that I use.
What
So I
what is
use
it called again?
Autodop.
Okay,
So it's like Autodop, it's a content creation tool, like Autodop. And
right.
so there's nothing very particular about the tool, but it's just so easy to preview how your LinkedIn post is gonna look like. And because I care so much about the hook,
Right. I
this is
thought you had
very
that tool. I thought you had the tool on BreakCold, or is it not up to date?
No, it's not a tool inside BreakCold. It's just a tool for SEO that we have.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly. On SEO, that's what I
yeah,
meant
yeah,
on the website.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, exactly. And while the auto-dub thing is something that is not for SEO, is like right on LinkedIn, and then I can just press on a button and post
I
the
see. I got
post.
you.
Um, so yeah, and there's also some features with they can analyze your stats, like a text-based video, then you can do ranking. So all this type of stuff, I really do appreciate. And to be fair, for the rest, I don't really use LinkedIn tools softwares in general, like
Hmm.
dedicated softwares, because I really care about my LinkedIn account safety. And
Yeah.
so BreakCold, yes, you have LinkedIn features, I mean, linked to LinkedIn, but it's still like a sales CRM first with email, etc. And then you have LinkedIn surrounding the thing, but still like not a LinkedIn tool first, at all, actually. Um, but when it comes to like the LinkedIn softwares in general, like they just like automate a lot of stuff.
Hmm.
And when you have automation, you have like risk of ban on LinkedIn. So
Yeah.
I actually don't use that many LinkedIn tool at all. It's Autodoc and Brackle, and that's it. And if I have to do some like something to build my leads list to export or do other stuff, I would not do it via a tool. I will hire someone to do it or whatever. So yeah.
Gotcha. Let's talk a little bit about the personal branding for founders and sales teams on LinkedIn. So, in your opinion, and I know the answer, but how important is it, and what practical steps can they take to build an authentic and compelling brand presence? Maybe just give three tactics or strategies.
Yeah, I think to be fair, I don't think it's that important to have a
Hmm.
personal. I think it's important for us because it's one of the if not the only way for us to make the software known on the market, because we operate in the CRM space, which is the biggest SaaS industry in the world. The biggest SaaS in the world, it's Salesforce, $30 billion. Then you have HubSpot, the second biggest SaaS. And yeah, CRM is a tough space. Google Ads, one click is like $60. So when you think about it, like you really need to stand out and to use free channels. And so building a personal brand was like almost essential for us in
Hmm.
that regard. But if I had a business which was in a niche where I can just rely completely on SEO or like sales, mainly like doing B2B sales and selling like a high subscription, I would probably put less myself online. But with that being said, the personal brand will still massively, massively help you, because let's do a practical example. When you send cold emails to people, everyone probably done that at some point to sell the business offers. So you send a cold email, assuming the person is interested. What they're gonna do is that they're gonna check your website probably, but they're also gonna check you probably, to see if you're legit. And so I'm not saying that having a personal brand makes you legit, but it makes you that they can see your stuff online. They can see that you do stuff, that maybe you're sharing content, that you
100%.
act. And so because of that, they're already starting to create like an emotional connection with you. They see your face, they see you talking in video, maybe they check your YouTube channel, etc. And assuming you start to have like a pretty decent personal brand, they're like, oh, this guy is legit and his business is cool. They sold faster, and so it does increase your reply rate to cold email. And people, they don't think about that at first, right? Or maybe they will reply to your cold email. It happens to me every week, like, yeah, I saw your content already, and,
Yeah.
and we're not connected on LinkedIn, but
Yeah.
because of that, they say, oh, I
More
know this
receptive.
guy.
Yeah.
And so I think a personal brand helps a lot for that. And also like, it's just a way to nurture your leads and to stay top of mind. Again, because most people, they don't buy your stuff straight away.
Hmm.
And so if you have the email address, you can first nurture them using email sequences. Very good thing, like probably the best return on investment thing that you can do online. And the second thing is, if you can, beyond just the email, add them on LinkedIn and just post while you build your personal brand, they can still see you, follow you, even engage with your stuff. And at some point, when they're ready, they'll say, oh, maybe I should revisit. And because they were always constantly seeing you, like they will get back to your stuff and buy. Like to me, like personally on the SaaS, it happens so many times. We got customer, they left, we improved, and they see it because I post on socials. They also receive the emails, but sometimes they unsubscribe, but they don't unsubscribe on LinkedIn, and they're like,
Yeah.
oh, now they made a massive step up in the last 7 months, and now it's a good feed for me. Or maybe now they are ready to recommit and I have more funds, or I switch company, whatever. um so I think, again, the whole funnel, it does make a huge difference to have a personal brand. And I think the easiest thing to say is like, who is the most followed, like Tesla or Elon Musk? So he gets the answer.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, Final question for you. The
Yeah.
one LinkedIn trend that businesses should watch out for, maybe this year or next year. What are you seeing? What's coming up?
You know, the LinkedIn trend, you think?
Yeah, like I mean, inside, yeah, something because AI came out, like this video stuff been out there. Like, what's happening? What's going on? Content collaborations, like people. I mean, nothing new really, but something that people are, trying doing more and more of now. What you've seen?
Yeah, I think, I would say like videos again, like
Is it like
I mean,
LinkedIn
LinkedIn.
turning into like TikTok or Facebook? With cats and
Yeah,
dogs.
yeah,
You see that?
yeah. Yeah. I
Yeah.
think like there's if one thing I noticed for sure, is what people are starting to say, edutainment, which is like a mix of entertainment and education, educational stuff. So edutainment. And so what you see right now is in B2B sales, which is my space, but I'm sure it happens in other spaces, right? Is like you have more and more um video memes or images, or image memes on LinkedIn, and it absolutely crush it. Videos, or it just works like it's crazy, like the amount of reach these people get. Um, and I think this is a massive trend. People are starting to do a lot of memes. There's a good thing is that, yeah, it's like I like the term edutainment because it's not just memes. It's like educating the people with like
Hmm.
humor, which is better than just a regular meme, right? So I think this is a cool trend. But then like all the memes, like people copy themselves, and everything looks the same, right? But the algorithm, like Twitter, Instagram, etc., like for the algorithm, it's just something that works a lot because like memes, like it's easy to laugh at a post, or to click a like on something where you don't have to think too much, because like, this is how memes they kind of structured. And so this is pretty go viral quickly. But I've done it myself because I was really curious about it, because yes, it makes likes, yes, it makes a impression, but that it converts.
Yeah,
And
exactly. That's
it,
going back to the boring video stuff that
yeah,
has no
yeah, we
likes
all
but converts like hell. Yeah.
Yeah, we all here like to do business back, at the end of the days, at the end of the day. And so I was like, okay, I'm gonna test it. I'm
Mm,
gonna do entertainment meme content, but I would massively plug myself in the memes I will do, because I'm here to do business, right?
right.
And I've done it, and it actually worked pretty well. Like not like crazy like the you can see on LinkedIn, but still like almost like a couple 100 likes and stuff. And
Hmm.
beyond the likes, again, conversions, like there were conversions because I was actively plugging the my software in all the memes. Like it was like the meme was about like the CRM space and doing humor around it. And because we saw so small in this space compared to like HubSpot and Salesforce, it's like David and Goliath. And it's fine for us to like attack them because they're so big, like
Yeah.
$30 billion revenue. Like who cares, like if we
Who
just
cares?
try
Yeah.
to mug them, right? And so, and everyone know this brand, right? So it's easy to just like do some play on that, and being like the David against Goliath.
Mm.
And and the whole stuff was about BreakCold, and because of it, like it worked. Like the meme worked itself, worked less than what a normal meme edutainment meme should work, but still we got conversions out of it because it was really
Around the
about
code.
people. And then people are like, yeah, but what this thing? And it's also very cool actually to use humor and memes where you place your brand against a bigger brand, because if you are smaller like us,
Mhm.
people then they associate you with the big guys. Like you have like Pipedrive, which is where most of our
CRM, yeah,
customers,
huge one, yeah.
like the biggest sales CRM for SMBs. Then you have us, and right now us we're much smaller. And by putting yourself in a meme and stuff with like Pipedrive, etc., like people they're like, oh, they're the same, they're in the same league, they're in the same category.
Yeah, you
And so
associate in there
you,
in there. It's
yeah,
mental,
now you
yeah.
put in the brain the stuff that, and for us, like it just cool because it just value us more. And yeah, I think this I need to do more some play on this strategy, but I think this will be like more and more something that we're gonna see on LinkedIn. And yeah, also on the company brand account side. And another trend, but it's already started, is doing ads with LinkedIn ads with your customers post, because you can use your customers post to
Mm,
do LinkedIn ads so it looks natural in the feed. They call it I think thought leadership ads. But
nice.
still LinkedIn ads is pretty expensive. So
Yeah.
yeah, most people they won't do it. But yeah, I would say yeah, the trend are memes. I mean edutainment memes and videos like short form, like I'm sure we, like the TikTok generation and stuff. I include myself in it. I'm almost in it. like
Yeah,
uh like I mean they mature, right? And so as they mature, they will arrive heavily on the platform doing shorts and reinventing. And so the people who shy on camera, I think they will lose big time on this. So yeah.
yeah, makes sense. Well, thank you so much. I don't know. It's been yeah, it's the first time. It's been absolute treasure to have you here. Thank you so much for sharing. Yeah, thank you so much for sharing all your stuff. And this is my cat. Yeah, amazing. So,
Cheers, man.
anyways,
It's a
thank
pleasure.
you so much.
Pleasure
I'll
to
see you in the
chat.
next one.
Yeah, cheers, man. Bye. Talk to you soon.